Jesus came and told his disciples, I have been what? Oh, let's read. Shall we go? What? I have been given what? Therefore, go. And then what? Teach. I like this NLT, the way it says, teach what? New disciples. To do what? To obey all the commands I have what? Given you. And then what? And be sure of this. Even to the end of age. Somebody said, look, people say there are no miracles anymore. I think what Derek Prince was saying. He said, people say there are no miracles anymore. He said, miracles and powerful workings of God are promised to those who go. They are promised to those who go. He said, go and I will manifest myself to you. And he says that, look, who can, how do you call it, direct a parked car? Nobody. Nobody directs a parked car. You see why you don't see miracles? You are packed. We are packed around our dreams. No going. I always say, I've said before, the times I could tell that God was giving wisdom was when I was attempting to speak to people in secondary school. Because I remember those moments, because, school, I've told you my story. I was struggling in class. But when I sit down around people to talk to them, some wisdom bill was entering my head. I was just seeing something, like I was seeing life in ways that I've never thought before until somebody is sitting by me. I was a moving car, God was directing. Hey. Shake your neighbor and say, neighbor, let there be use to your car. Let there be use. Let there be use. Or shake, or use for your car. Let heaven has a use for your car. Tell the person the car, the engine, it is wasting away. Nyansano, nyansano, nyansano. It's a packed car. Okay, let's go back. Let's look at something. Let's look at 18 again. Let's go. It says Jesus came and told his disciples. This is after Jesus had resurrected. You know the story? If you're a believer, this is one experience that Jesus showed himself to all of them. They were all gathered. These are people that Jesus came to spend his life to pour into. He died, and then when he resurrected. So he came to them and said, Jesus came and told the disciples, I've been given what? All what? All authority. Remember, he came in the flesh, wore the flesh, so that he can take what originally belonged to man. And Jesus was becoming the second man, but the first man in order of perfection before God. Are you with me? So he said, now all authority has been given to me. Now, get this. Power and authority is very dangerous in the hands of men without mission. Hey. It's very dangerous for men without mission to have power or authority. And the minute Jesus took authority, he gave them a mission. He says what? I've been given both heaven and on earth. Then he tells them, go. Why? Because if you understand scripture, you know that Jesus, by coming to take authority and all that, Jesus was the first man by which all those of us who are going to believe on him are going to be after. Jesus is going to be an order we are going to walk after. And everybody that comes into Christ comes into authority. So just, how do you call it? By that, Jesus was saying that once you come into this authority, you must look at the mission field. If this authority is going to be meaningful to you, you have to be on mission field. Some of us don't see that we even have authority at all because we are not on the mission field. Are you in the house? All authority has been given to me. Therefore what? Go. Someone say go. Someone say go. Therefore what? Go and what? I can go and make what? Disciples of all nations. Now, all authority has been given to me. You are also going to have all authority, but you should think about others first. One of the ways by which we use things that God has given to us, the gift that God has given to us well, is others. Am I making some sense? Aha. The minute you discover what God has given to you, the next thought is others. And that's what Jesus was saying. Power has come. Authority has come. Tremendous things are going to come. But think about others. Someone say, think about others. Think about others. That's how God or Jesus came to live his life. He had power, but he was always concentrated on others. People must be saved. People must be healed. People must be fed. People must be rich. Others. That is why, from the beginning, I'm saying that if you are not thinking about others, then you are a backsliding Christian. Because chances are not thinking about others, you are thinking about yourself. And what is the first key, what's the first or key thing to sin? Itself. Trust me, you want to be a good sinner, think about yourself. Check all the most powerful, check all the sins. I said, not most, but check all the sins. It's the self. Once you put the self in the place of God, you will sin. Because everything else will be driven towards. And what are the things that mark the self? Is it the eye, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, pride of life. So to properly, and that's why some of us have seen it. We've seen men of God with in some form of authority. It's not even just men of God. Any man in authority, the minute he hasn't got others as the focus, they are going to be one of the greatest sinners of all time. Great sinners. So you want to backslide, take people off your mind. Take concern for the world missions off your mind. And then the money God will bring to you, it will be a cause for your sin. The woman that God will bring to you will be a cause for your sin. The opportunities God will bring to you will be the cause for your sin. You want to be saved, you want to save God, put others on your mind. Am I talking to myself? I'm talking to somebody in the house. Shake your neighbor and say, tell neighbor, others. I can't hear you. Shake your neighbor and say, others. Ask your neighbor this week when since the week started, how many people have you thought about other than yourself? And the world is structured in such a way that we put ourselves as a focus. Yeah. So that's why, like I said, now we are trading all the callings of God for the pleasures of now. Because we've forgotten that God has called us to others. So small man, the man that God comes, oh, Charlie, we should Canaba. There's a new shoe town. No, there's no others. Hey. When he said, we have some outreach here. Oh, so the sun, my skin. No. You see, you can't talk about missions without talking about the great fathers of missions. One of the great guys you guys should have to go and read about is David Livingstone. These men died. One of the things that touched me about David Livingstone's story, the guy died on his knees praying, and he has dysentery. Those days, they didn't have hospitals and benefits, that health benefits and things that we have now. But these men thought about people who did not even care whether they were alive or dead. They went to tribes and people who did not care about them, nothing about them. What drove them? Others. Go and make disciples others. Think about others. This is the great, the great mark of true Christianity. Others, guys. I'm telling you. See, when you die, then I'm sure maybe there will be a place where they will come and measure how your time could have been used and how it could have blessed other people. And we'll see how much we wasted it. There should be a rule. You go there and say, look, how old you were? 45 something years. See, you could have saved this number of people. Or you could have put in effort that saved this number of people. Are you in the house? Yeah. Is they gone? Are you in the house? Shake your neighbor and say, neighbor, Pastor Rod is talking to us. Tell the person, tell the person, tell the person. Oh, tell the person, Pastor Rod is talking to you and me. We are together in this. Are we good? Yeah, we got to think about this. Therefore, go and make what? Disciples. Disciples of what? Somebody say, isn't God so ambitious? All nations. Isn't God so ambitious? All nations. Or, that means God believes in us so much. All nations. Someone say all nations. In that statement shows that God sees that there's no hindrance or anything that should be the reason why we shouldn't do it. He said all nations. You need to go and start from no. He said all go. Everywhere. Nations is what? It's nations. Go and make disciples of all nations. In other words, have a big ambition. Let your sights be wide. See beyond where you are. You may be in Jerusalem, but I'm calling you to all nations. In other words, what is inside of you can satisfy nations. Am I making some sense, somebody? Yeah. Those of you that are looking for a reason to travel, to have visa and travel, this is a good reason. What are you talking about? Go to God and say, God, you say all nations. Me, I want California, the people over there. California, I think they need salvation more. To be honest, Togo people too also. Say, God, let me start from California. I come to Togo after 2 years. When I have some dollars. Someone say all nations. Someone say all nations. Means that God said our sight should be wide. Our sight should be wide. Our sight should be wide. What is inside of you can satisfy or can reach further than you know. That's why God is calling us into that. Are we good? Hi guys. God bless you for listening, and I hope it bless you. If you want to get the full message, I want you to go to all the podcast platforms and search for the Kingdom Move podcast. It will bless you. Do me a favor. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss anything that God has for you. God bless you, and I love you.